Hi friends, welcome to Network Tech Zone. My name is Sanjana. In this video, we are going to configure Static NAT. So let us understand what the Static NAT really means. Static NAT is nothing but one-to-one mapping of a private IP address to the public IP address. So for example, if you have two pieces in this example here, so I will need to have two public IP addresses in order to get connected to the internet. So in this lab, I'm just using a router, assuming that this is going to be my internet, and I'll give this name, the ISP name, which is AT&T. And I will take a router here, assuming this is going to be my Belkin router, on which I will also be configuring the DHCP so that I don't need to manually assign the IP address on these PCs. Okay, so with this said, let's understand the topology. So between the Belkin router and the AT&T, I have network 1.1.1.0 with /24, out of which I will be assigning 1.1 on the Belkin router and 1.2 on this interface for the AT&T service provider. And between the Belkin and the switch, so for the private inside network, I have 192.168.1.0 with /24. So here is the range of private IP address if you would just like to make a note. So class A is always 10.0.0.0 up to 10.255, 255, and 255. So class B is here is the private IP address range 172.16.0.0 up to 172.31/31.255 and 255. And for the class C, you've got 192.168.0.0 up to 255 and 255. Okay, so this is a private IP address, and anything which is apart this private IP address, that is going to be a public IP address. So here it is 1.1, nothing but which is not in my range of private IP address. Okay, so let's go ahead and configure the IP address for the Belkin router. Okay. No, with the configuration, change this to host name. I will call this Belkin. And interface gigabit port Ethernet 0/1. And the IP address is 1.1.1.1 and /24 for the subnet mask. And you can give no shut command to get this interface turned on. Okay, and we will also make sure if you have the configurations right for the AT&T show IP interface brief include up. Okay, so the IP address is already pre-configured here. The interface is up, so let's go and check if you're able to reach 1.1.1.2. So that is working. That means the IP configurations are right. But we still have this port is shut down. So let's go and turn this on. So config terminal interface gigabit port 0/0 IP address 192.168.1.1 /24 for the subnet mask. So now you can see all the ports are turned on, and we will now go ahead and assign the DHCP pool in the router. So configure terminal IP DHCP pool, and we will call this pool name is Cisco. And we will assign a network. So for these PCs, your network is going to be 192.168.1.0. Okay, and you need to also assign the subnet mask and There should also be a default router. So default router is the same. So, and for these PCs, the default gateway is going to be 192.168.1.1. Okay. So now you just have the DHCP assigned. So let's go ahead and automatically try to see if you can get the IP address. So DHCP, I'm requesting the IP address. So instead of manually assigning, so it's automatically got the IP address. So here we got 1.2. So I'll just specify here. So it's 192.168.1.2. So let's go and check on this PC. Let's request it and see the IP address. So here should be 1.3, and there it is. So we got 192.168.1.3. Okay. So now we got the IP address configured, and all our PCs have got that IP address. So now, in case if you want to reach your internet, so I'm on PC 1, which is this PC right now. So if you want to reach ping 1.1.1.2, the IP address that you see on this AT&T service provider. This is just an example. We're working on a lab environment. So it's timing out because the packets are getting dropped because there is no network address translation yet. So we'll go ahead and map each of this private IP address to our public IP address. So since I have got 2 private IP address, I will need 2 public IP address. So what I have here is we will take 2 public IP address, that is for PC0, we will map it to 1.1.1.100, and for PC1, we will map it to 1.1.1.101. Okay, so configuration is just one line command. It's very simple. Okay. So before you configure NAT, the very important point to keep in mind is you need to also specify the inside and the outside interface. Okay. So configure terminal, and we are in the global configuration mode. So who is my inside port? So gigabit 0/0 is in the inside area. So that is going to be 0/0 IP NAT inside. Okay. And the one that you see for the pink color here for gigabit port 0/1, that's my outside interface. Configure terminal interface gigabit port 0/1 IP NAT outside. So it's very important to assign the inside and the outside interface. Okay. And now we will go ahead and configure the NAT. Configure terminal IP NAT. The source, we need to specify the source. For example, if you just give a question, it will ask for inside. So inside is what that is going to be my source because I'm netting this private IP address to public. So inside, so IP NAT inside, and they are going to be the source because that's what I'm trying to reach from. So source, and each source, we got 2 sources here. First source will go to PC0. So 192.168.1.2, and it's asking for the global public IP address, and for PC0, oh, we are in a Balkan router. Yeah, okay. Yes, so we are in a Balkan router. So for this 1.2, which is my PC0, we are going to map it to 1.100, right? So this is going to be 1.1.1.100. And we need to give a static command here. Source statically we are assigning. Static 192.168.1.2, and that's going to be mapped to 1.1.1.100, which is the public IP address. Similarly, we have to also map it to one more PC. which is 192.168.1.3. Okay. And this is my mapped public IP address 1.1.1.101. Okay. All right. You're getting questions. You missed something here. Static. Okay, static. So 192.168.1.3. So we are mapping it to 1.1.1.101. They're the mapped public IP address. So the commands were very simple. I have just saved the configuration. Now you will be able to reach the public IP address. Okay. So earlier we had packet loss, but now I just copy and paste it. Let's see the results, if it's working or no. Okay, you're getting the reply, so that's working. Similarly, we will go to the PC1 and ping from the PC1. Okay. Yeah, so it's reachable, guys. So if you go to AT&T, and I am going to enable debug just to make sure that which public IP address is getting connected over. So debug IP ICMP. So let's check now. Let's ping it again and then see the changes. So I'm in 1.1. I'm on PC 0. So this has to go via 100 public IP address. So let's see. So yeah, it's connected via 1.1.1.100. Okay. Now let's go to PC1 and ping, and it should go via 101, which is my second public IP address. So ping this, and then let's see this. So here you can see it's passing via 101. Okay. So that's all about the configuration of static NAT. I hope that this video has been informative to you all. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.